Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So it is Sunday afternoon and I thought I would do another page in my collage art journal. So this was the one that we did last week, which was the beautiful butterfly one, which I loved, and I do like the shiny on there that we put on there. So I think I might use the blue one today. So this is beautiful. So I want to do it sort of like they go together. And the main focal point I've got this week is one of my dragonflies off, I think it's Dragonflies and Flowers, one of my digital kits. And this was one that was hanging around. I must have sort of like cut it off or something. So I thought that would work perfectly. And then I've also got some bits of scrap paper. I've got some book paper, and these are just bits of scrap paper that I have off something. I'm not quite sure what I was using these for, but I was using them for something. And I've also got some bits of scrap napkin as well, which I've got, which might use it, I might not. But look at that, that's like a little pansy, and I think this one is a rose on here. So I've had those, so whether I'll use them, I don't know. We shall see. I have already gessoed the back, and I've added a little bit of the relief paste on here as well, where they're sort of like little sort of oblong-y sort of like shapes on there. And I also purchased these this week or last week, and they are absolutely beautiful. I just love the colours. Now I got these from a shop called, I think it's the Flying Tiger. They're in, you know, majority of sort of like European countries now, I think. But look at the colours, they are just beautiful. So I couldn't resist. They're just little, not a lot in each one. They're 22 mils in each one, but it's just acrylic paint. But I thought I would use those today because I thought we got the blues and the purples in there. So I thought we'd give those a go instead of the Distress Oxide sprays. So let's see how we go. I want to do a little background first. Now I'm going to just give it a quick little paint over here. I'm going to use this one, which doesn't really have any colour written on it, but I'm going to just pop a little bit on my little paint tray there. I have got a little bit of water, just sort of like, I just want to add just a bit of colour. Not quite sure what the sort of like pigment is. I think they're not the most expensive paints, but I just loved the colours of them. So let's put a little bit of blue in here, like that. Shall we add a little bit? I think I will add this pink. Now I might just blob it on there, look. Just blob it on and see. Sort of come out a bit of a purpley mix together, I'm sure. Oops. There we go. Then I will go over and catch that with this colour, sort of like a greeny bluey colour. Which is nice. So I'm just going to add that onto there, just to start with. A little bit of colour, maybe a bit more blue around this bit, seeing I've got it there, because I want to put this on here, so we don't need to. Let's just put a bit in the corner just to even it up a little bit. So let's just stick that there. Maybe I will add a bit more colour. So we've got the colour for the background, and then that's done, isn't it? I'm going to fill in the middle bit with some bits of scrap paper anyway. Let's just make sure I'm in view for you. That's probably the middle, isn't it? So let's just put this around the edge. This is sort of like the fun bit, isn't it? Just starting off. This is the scary bit, actually. Trying to get all the bits down first and see how we go. But that's lovely. I wanted it to sort of like match the other side, because these are sort of like nice, sort of like muted, these sort of colours. So we want it to be like that on this side. So we don't want it, just so they, you know, go together a little bit. Now that's lovely. Now I'm just going to quickly blast that. Okay, perfect. Put my brush in the water. Now let's just get some bits of paper and pop these down, just to give it a bit of a, more of a background. If I put that on, it can sort of go like that, can't it? Now I'm just going to stick, so I'm going to just use the matte medium on here, which is this one. Where's my little paintbrush? I'll use this little paintbrush. Just a bit of that nice mess on here. There we go. Pop that down. What should we have? Let's have a bit over this side. There we go. Perfect. I don't want to put too much on the back. Maybe we'll have just a little bit of something down here. Maybe we will have, should we have a little bit of napkin? That would probably look quite nice, wouldn't it? Just a little bit of napkin on here. That's sort of like quite nice muted colours, isn't it? Let's just see, this would go up on this bit. See what it will look like over this blue paint. Let's go this way. There we go. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to dry that just a minute. Perfect. Now I'm going to pop this on first, I think. So let me just get my fingers in there and see what this is going to come out like. Just add a little bit of shiny. Oops, right up my fingernails. Can always go over this with a little bit of gesso around the edge as well. I just wanted it just to have that little bit of shininess in it. So this one is by Stamperia, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what it is actually called. It's just like a wax. I think you can get it in most places. But it's really, really nice. There we go. Just wanted to add just a little bit so it's nice and shiny. Little bit of shininess on there. Well, it won't come off my fingers, but it doesn't matter. Now, what I do want to do, I have got here, let me put my lid back on. Now, this is black gesso. Now, I was going to give it a go to see if I could sort of like edge these, but I might be making a big mess. But if I don't try, I'm not going to know, am I? So look, I don't usually use black gesso, but I'm going to just, I got the end of my pen because my paintbrush, because I think it needs a bit of a stir because I haven't really used it. So let's just pop that there, and then I'm going to, I think this one is going to make a big mess, but I don't care. If we just need to experiment, don't we? I just want it to go down here to try and give it that little bit of dimension on here, because normally I use the Tim Holtz, the crayons. I just wanted to see what this would be like. Let's go in here. Looks okay. Let's take it off here because I've made a nice big mess on there. So you can use all sorts of things to do your mixed media. I don't think I need to do that because that's going to be covered up. So let's just go round here. It's okay, not fabulous. Right, I'm going to leave that nice big messy bit there. Pop this lid on. Now this is going to go here like that, isn't it? So I could probably go around here. Let's pop a little bit of gesso on there. I'm not quite sure whether I really like that. So let's take lots of experimenting today. Let's just take a little bit of this and go down there. Take you off again. Well, the nice thing about this, we can always cover it over, can't we? Look. Let's go down. Just a bit more. I think that will make it look a little bit better. A little bit over our little relief paste there. Oops. Perfect. So the thing about doing things like that, you never know what it's going to turn out like. So again, you can just go over it with something else, can't you? A little bit more gesso on there. Okay, so my little dragonfly is going to sit there. Let me just dry that again a minute. Let's take you out of the way. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit more paint. So just, I'm going to just blob it on there. Wash up my brush. not very pigmented, the paint. It's quite thin. It's still quite pretty in there, isn't it? Shall we have a little bit of this lovely sort of minty green on here? Yeah, there's not a lot of colour in here at all. Almost sort of transparent, these colours, but they are very, very pretty. Do with a little bit of sort of pink. So we've got sort of like pink in this rose there. They do blend well with each other. Okay, that's very pretty actually. I quite like that. I'm going to just dry it one more time. Okay, so that's pretty dry. So now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. Now I've got these background stamps, and these again I believe were from AliExpress many moons ago. I'm going to use my brown Stays On. So just tap on there, and let's just, that looks nice, doesn't it? Just a little bit of stamping on here, which I do like. Now I've got this funny sort of circular one on here as well, so we'll have a little bit of this. I'm going to pop it there because that's going to be covered up anyway, but it will just sort of like pop out the top like that. Not sure whether this is going to be the best one I have ever done, but we have to just keep it going, don't we? Now where's my little white pen? I've got all sorts of stuff on here today. I'm going to use my Posca pen just to go around these lovely little circular ones like this. Oops. What should we do? Should we just go around some of this along here? I do like that. That's completely different, isn't it? Now where's one of my little black markers in here, if I've got one? There's one here. This is a Uniball pen, so let's just see if this is going to work on here. It might not, because it's a little bit wet, I think. That's not going to work. I've got my other ones here somewhere. My little pencil case with little bits in. Let's see, we could do with, what number is this? It's 0.5. Let's see if this will go around a little bit. Probably doesn't do them any good drawing it over wet paint. Okay. I'm going to go back to my crayons now. These are the Tim Holtz ones, so let's just, I think these are better ones for doing this. Lots of layers in this one today. Okay, let's see what that is like with our little dragonfly over the top. I quite like that. I could even cut him out, couldn't I? Think I should cut him out? Maybe I'll cut him out and pop him on. Let's do a quick, speedy cut out, shall we? A little bit better like that. Look at that. Love that. I'm going to ink the edges, I think. Let's get my distress ink. Pop that on here around the edge. There we go. I might add a little bit of the wax onto here as well. The blue wax for his wings. Just around there. Perfect. Now I'm going to just add a little bit of wax to his wings, and I think I might just add a little bit more gesso around here. Let's just add just a tiny bit on here. Lovely. Oopsie daisy. There we go. There's our nice little dragonfly. Where's my brush? I'm going to take my big brush. We're going to have just a little bit. Like this. I like that, just a little bit more. Perfect. I need to dry that. Completely different to how I thought it was going to turn out, but it's a different one today, completely different. Just add a little bit on top. Okay, I'm going to stick you on there, I think like that. Let's get some of the matte medium. Perfect. Down his tail, and you can just stick on there like that. Let's go over the top of you. There we go. Lovely. Pop that in my pot, put the lid on there. Just dry it quickly. Going to go, is that dry? Just if I can, just in here. In here. There we go. Right, I'm going to do a few little splatters. Now, what shall I do it with? I might actually just do it with the black gesso. Now, this is probably not the best idea. Let me just take a little bit of this. Just cover that up. Take this. A little bit of water. Nice big mess today. Is it going to come off? I think my brush is a little bit too thick on here. Not enough water. Don't really want it on the little wings. God, I'm making a big mess today. Okay. Where's my little Posca pen gone? What have I done with that? Here it is. Lovely little dots in places. I think I need to just soak up some of this black because it's quite watery. And I'm going to make just a big blobby mess otherwise, aren't I? Need my other one. Maybe I should have done the dots just with my Posca pen instead of splatting. I do think this looks quite nice. Not as bad as I thought it would turn out. Not my best, but it's okay. Isn't it? It's not too bad. Not too bad in the end. I'm going to just add just a little bit more of this one, just to bring these out a little bit more. There we go. Oh, up my fingernail. Okay, do you think that's finished? Shall I put some? Oh my gosh, it's all the way up my fingernails. Gross. I think maybe I will pop a little bit of my distress ink. I have got a huge big mess here today. Just gonna go around the edge. I think it just needs to go around the edge a little bit darker. There we go. Just add this down here. Okay guys, I better leave it there because I'm going to make a big mess otherwise. So that is our page for today. Not the best one that I've ever done, but it still looks good and it's a good sort of practice. All sorts of things going on there today. So there we go guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. Alright guys, bye bye.